Hi, FlossTube.
Hi, FlossTube.
I'm Pam.
And I'm Stephanie.
And this is
Just Keep Stitching, episode 86. Oh, boy. 10 plus 70 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1 is 86 goes bad.
You better check it. You better check it, people.
10 plus 70 plus 2. Yep. It definitely is 86.
Oh, sorry. My nose just started running.
Better go catch it.
Welcome back, everybody.
Hi.
We hope you had a good week. This is our FlossTube. This is our YouTube channel about cross stitch.
AKA FlossTube.
That's right. I'm the mother. She's the daughter.
Right.
Some people have mistaken us for sisters.
This is true.
Isn't that wonderful?
Isn't it? For you, maybe.
Anyway,
I think I still have a youthly glow.
my youthly glow.
Words of hearts.
Been gone for quite some time.
How is everyone doing?
Yeah. We got some weird lighting going on here. It probably looks great to you. It looks like, oh, look at this sunny room.
Yeah.
But it started off very cloudy, and our winds have been high again today. And that is one thing this girl does not like is high winds.
Right.
We hope the light, stays stable throughout the next hour or so for you. We're trying to. But as you can see, glare on some glass.
Right.
Anyway, hope you had a great week. We had a good week.
Yep. Sure
by and large.
Yeah.
Not too much
stuff.
Not too much going on. Everything has been just kind of in a holding pattern, getting ready for her trip to Nashville Needlework Market and my trip to Katrina Boyd's Market Retreat in Franklin, Tennessee.
Correct.
Which is right outside Nashville.
Right.
And I'm going to leave Thursday, and Steph's going to leave Friday, and we'll have more to say about that in a minute.
Right.
A special hello. I just thought of this, too.
Oh, I'm so proud of you, Pam.
Because I just heard from my sister in snowy Wisconsin. Oh. A special hello to those of you who still have snow on the ground. Yeah. I think that probably is a lot of you from what we're hearing. We've had nothing but rain here. No. Nothing but rain.
I mean, we had snow at some
the Ohio River is up, I hear. Not that affects us, but and there has been some river flooding and so forth. But none of that affects us.
Sorry about your snow.
We are high and dry, but everybody is in a different place with their precipitation. And my sister asked me last night, "You want some snow?" No, thank you.
No, you keep it. That's what you get for moving to Wisconsin. I'm just saying.
Like we said, market is coming up, and everybody has been getting their special orders into their local needlework shops.
Yes. And
that includes Keepsakes customers, and you wanted to say something about that.
I did. So thank you first and foremost to everyone who has placed a pre-order with Keepsakes. It has been overwhelming, the amount of people that have done so, and so I so much appreciate it. I think when I went back into, so I worked on Tuesday, I was off Wednesday, Thursday, and the last thing I did on Tuesday before I left was check email, and then the first thing I did when I went into work on Friday was check email, and we had 20 new market orders just in the 2 days. So that's pretty cool.
That's because people are putting it out there.
Right, yeah. And designers are putting it out there, all things.
Right.
So on that note, ideally speaking, the last day to guarantee that your pre-order will go with us to Nashville, like your order will be on the list with Barbara and I in the car to Nashville, is Wednesday. So I'm working Monday and Tuesday, and I will probably go in at some point late in the day on Wednesday on my day off to check work email and make sure I've got the last of the orders.
That'd be smart.
Yeah, and so we are closed on Thursday, obviously, and then Barbara and I'm going to Barbara's house, and we're leaving for her house at 8 o'clock in the morning on Friday. So the email address in which you need to send your pre-market order if you wish to do so. Is in the description box below. It is the Lenny@yourkeepsakes.com. Lenny and I share a work email. It's just easier for the two of us to do that. And it saves on confusion on your end. So that would be the preferred method for market order. You can call us too. That works too. But if it's on paper and saved in an email, then I can just save it for future reference.
Right.
And then the other thing that I wanted to say was that if you follow me on Instagram, you know that when I go on trips, I'm usually pretty active on Instagram. And I know that there are some people who have at least told me that they're excited that I'm going to market so they can watch my Instagram. I'm going for work before anything else. I'm not going as Steph from Just Keep Stitchin. I'm not going as just a stitcher. I'm going as an employee for Keepsakes. I'm not looking at this as a retreat because that's not what this is. This is a work trip. So the amount of Instagramming I am going to be able to do, I'm thinking will probably be limited. And if I do get a chance to share on social media, I will be happy to do so. But I will be doing so under the Keepsakes business page. So
Keepsakes has their own Instagram account.
Right.
And if they're looking for any
market stuff
from you, they need to be following
Keepsakes
on Instagram.
Correct. And their handle is in the description box below.
There you go.
And
not promising anything.
Right. And also keep it because this is not a retreat or whatever, I also want to be respectful of all the designers and their work. I know that there are some people there that are going to have series, and they're going to be able, we as shop people will be able to see the full series, but you all as a stitcher in the world, you don't know what they look like yet, and I don't want to give that away. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to.
Right.
I want to be respectful of the designers and the vendors that are going to be in Nashville as well. And I'm not there to be a social media contributor. I'm there to work for Barbara. So
absolutely.
And so just keep your eyes peeled on Keepsakes. I'll probably do some travel Instagramming. That will be fun.
Oh yeah.
But once we get down there, it's a all work and no play kind of weekend. So
yeah.
And I'm excited for that for sure. So it'll be fun.
So that's something to look forward to for both of us.
Yes.
Before we get going too much further, we want to feature our Pam's pinned comment from last week's video. And it comes to us. It's been pinned. It's been pinned to the top of all the comments after last week's video. It's from Angie, the Hibernation Stitcher. And this is how she worded her comment.
It's great.
This just in. And there's an emoji for a megaphone. Stephanie from Just Keep Stitchin was found dead on the floor this crafternoon after fangirling too much at market. In other news, Pam's head exploded after a horrible sneezing fit. Hashtag no more math. Hashtag all mail has stopped. And then she goes on and talked about how she grew up watching Rudolph and raised her boys to watch it too.
Yes.
And had some questions about my decision wheel, which I'll talk about in a sec. Thanks, Angie. Great comment. Yeah. It's at the head of the class for this week as Pam's pinned comment. There you go.
Awesome.
We want to also finally, after many questions, do our winter tour de wall.
Yes.
As a lot of you who hang your stitching on your walls in your home know that there are some designs that you can keep up through the wintertime, and you basically take the Christmas stuff down, right, at this time of year.
Right.
And so some of these are kind of transitional winter pieces. They're all mine. And we did a video an hour or so ago giving you some information about these pieces. And we're going to insert that here.
To our winter tour de wall. After this video, this wall is coming down and we're going to start putting up the spring stuff, kick winter out the door. But before we do that, we want to give you some details on this lovely wall. So we'll start with this. I do want to say that some of them are repeating from our Christmas wall. So sorry about that, but not really sorry. Okay, ready. Okay. This first one is
Snow Days
by
Mirabilia.
I love him. The polkas are my favorite part. Okay, and then I'll go down this way. So this is a new one for February. And
this is a bit of a mystery. I don't remember who the designer is. There was one for every month, and they called for, I believe it's DMC flower thread, and I don't know that you can get that anymore. And the only one I ever stitched was February. But cute. I always bring it out.
Every February.
Yep.
Okay.
So if anybody knows who designed those, it was probably in the 90s, I'm guessing. I'd be curious to know if anybody knows.
Do you use one strand of flower thread?
I don't remember.
Oh, it's pretty though.
I don't remember. It looks like two from here, but it was just a very smooth, textured thread. A little bit twilled, I think, if that's the right term.
Twilled, huh?
Not sure.
Okay. Next
is one of my favorites in terms of framing, but it is Christmas Village from Prairie Schooler, and it's on Water Lily linen, which is a pale, pale, pale green, which I love, and it still looks wintry after Christmas, so I usually hang it up for all winter. There's not a whole lot in the motifs that spells Christmas right up, obviously. So, and I just love this frame. This naughty wood, I just love it.
Yes. Okay.
Christmas Village from the Prairie Schooler.
And this was one that was recently reprinted from Huffman. So if you do not have it in your stash, then contact your local needlework shop, because I know that you can get it.
Good.
Okay, next. This one we got a ton of questions on.
Okay, people, you've been wondering. This is called Seasonal Welcome Roman numeral 3. Seasonal Welcome 3. It came with its... Well, it didn't come with, but it had its own customized frame from Poppy Creations, and that's Creations with a K. And I had originally stitched this using 2 threads and did not like the coverage. I wanted it to really feel like a mitten, and I restarted it using 3 strands. It's on...
Queen Anne's Lace Joblin.
Queen Anne's Lace Joblin, and you had to kind of place that string. You can see my stitches, but I don't really care.
But yeah, that's how you had to do it, was kind of hook them down.
Right, and then it had the little clay snowman buttons that...
So cute.
Came with...
And what about these big buttons?
I think those were just Joann's buttons that I just purchased.
They're cute.
Yep.
All right.
So that's Seasonal Welcome 3 from Poppy Creations.
Okay.
You'd have to get on... It's an old one. You'd have to get on eBay or Amazon.
Right. Okay, and lastly...
The last one's kind of a funky frame, and I wouldn't normally hang it here except... for our winter wall. I usually hung this on my door in my office, and It's called Baby It's Cold Outside, obviously. And I believe it's Sisters and Best Friends, which is the label that Amy Brucken and her sister had for years and years. I just love the funky colors. And
very Amy Brucken.
I did the snowflakes in beads as well.
Because you didn't want to do French knots.
Yeah, I didn't want to do French knots, and I think it kind of gave it kind of a dimensional look.
It did.
It doesn't really go with everything frame-wise on this wall, but
who cares?
But I do like it.
Yes.
So that's our winter wall that you've been looking at for
a couple months now.
Couple months, and it's going to come down after this video, and we'll be hanging some other things leading into spring and St. Patrick's and Easter.
Yay!
So,
all right, back to regularly scheduled programming now. Bye.
Cool.
And then what we wanted to do in addition to that was the one thing that we didn't go piece by piece through are our Valentine's Day pillows that you see behind us.
Right.
So we're going to pause the video and I'm going to grab them and pull them down and then we'll go through them one by one.
Right. Well, we're back.
Okay.
We just, twisted ourselves into pretzels to get those all
I did. Okay, Pam watch.
Ready to show off.
Right.
So
these go with this one goes with that one though.
Okay.
It's all the same.
So these are all from Pine Mountain, and these came as kits, and you bought the usually square but sometimes oblong pillows. You stitched the sleeve, you tied the bows, and you had a lovely decoration. And for some strange reason, I stitched a lot of these on the Valentine theme.
So many.
So we're done doing that. But anyway, most of these we had on our mantle across the room. So these are all Pine Mountain, and I don't know the titles of them. But think of a Valentine theme, and you've got it. So that was one. Yeah, love.
Love you is actually what it says.
Yeah. This one, which I think is pretty, kind of.
Love is in the air.
Love is in the air. That's probably the title of it.
Probably.
This one, kind of, I don't know, kind of makes me think of disco or something. Love is all you need.
Love is all you need. Why is this a singing
I don't know why you're singing. Anyway.
They're all singing songs.
Stephanie said this is her favorite. This has beads in the middle down here.
I don't know. I just really like it.
But that's kind of cute. I don't know what the name of it is. But
and I like the little Hershey Kiss.
Yeah, the Hershey Kiss. Yep.
Mail thing.
It's got little glass beads down this middle part.
The center.
Yep. And
this one you've seen.
Right.
This is the Be Mine Pillow by Bent Creek.
Yep.
With the little clay buttons.
Mm-hmm. And my friend Vicky finished that for me quite a while ago. Okay. She also finished this one into a standard size square pillow. So I don't know the dimensions. But some of you older stitchers remember Sekas and Company, Sekas and Company. They were an Ohio designer. Mm-hmm. They've stopped business within the past year or two.
Oh, it's been that short?
Fairly recently. So this is the one with the hearts. I don't know the title of this.
Watercolor hearts.
Oh, yeah. Because you used probably Karen Collection watercolor something. And each of these little sections was a specialty stitch of some sort. And seems like it's not DMC. It might be...
Well, if it was Karen's, then it would not.
Yeah, those specialty fibers. Yeah. Right. So and then Vicky finished this so cute with the pink and blue coordinating.
I love this.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite things. Mm-hmm. So those are all of my pillows that I did for Valentine's.
We're gonna pause the video and put these back, and then we'll be right back. Okay, we're back.
And we're back. I just noticed her kind of rearranging those again, and I should say that if you don't know this already, most of you know this, those little small square ones were called tuck pillows. And you had a little square of 8 usually that came in the kit. And they were specially designed to fit in those little tuck pillows.
Right.
And so it was a no-sew method, right? You just did the cross stitch and tucked it on all 4 sides and you're done. So, of course, that would appeal to me. Right. Next week, or the next time we come back, because we may be late because of market next week, we'll have some other things up on the wall. We don't have a whole lot of spring things or St. Patrick's things. I've stitched a lot, but I haven't finished a lot.
This is very true.
We may have a sort of a transitional wall between,
We'll see.
We'll see how that goes.
Yes.
Anyway, something to look forward to. There will be cross stitch on the wall. So let's talk about stitching, shall we?
Okay, let's.
What have you been working on this week?
Well, I had a new start. And I talked about it last week, didn't I? Because I got it in the mail last week, I think. Whatever, it doesn't matter. So last week I told everyone that I was involved in a quote-unquote unicorn swap with my sweet friend Abi Bellastitch here on FlossTube.
Yep.
And
Hi, Abby.
Hi, Abby. And she received from me to borrow Merry Christmas Ella Vaughn, a loose feathers pattern for Blackbird Designs. And in return, I am borrowing the loose feathers Summer. And I wanted to start it, A, because it's beautiful, and B, because it's on borrow. So, therefore, I didn't want to just put it in my stuff and forget I had it, obviously, right?
And there are 3 seasons of that?
Yeah, so there's a summer, and then there's an autumn, and then there is a winter. And then they go all the way across. So, I think...
If all goes well, you're going to get all 3 consecutively from Abby?
Yes, if all goes well.
On loan?
Yes.
Okay.
And so, I think the last thing I mentioned last week was that I was going to pull my colors, and then I was going to figure out what fabric I wanted. And I did that. And I pulled a bunch out, and I went with a good old classic, the 28 count Mushroom Lugana. This is actually called to be stitched on a 30 count. And I mean, we have some 30 count fabric at the shop, but a lot of it is Weeks Dye Works fabric, and that's not really my favorite to stitch on. And I knew that I really wanted to love this. And if someone told me that I could only stitch on one fabric for the rest of my life, it would be 28 count Mushroom Lugana. So I thought, what the hell, why not do it on Mushroom Lugana? So I got a piece of fabric big enough to do all 3 of the sections, because that's what I obviously intend to do. And so in a unique thing for me, I actually started 3 at top left corner, basically, not the center.
3 down, 3 to the right.
Correct.
3 and 3 down.
Right. Because I want, obviously, them all to fit.
Right.
So I got started on this. I don't remember what day I started, but anyway, so whole place.
Yeah, there you go.
So that's how much I got done.
Ready.
I think it looks awesome. This is all the called for colors. That red up there is like everything. And that is Manor Red from Classic Colorworks. And then I went down and I did this side border. And then I did the bottom letters. And then I did that motif. The little half Quaker motif at the bottom there. And that color is Cider Mill Brown, which I think is really pretty. It kind of looks rose pink. But I think it looks great. And I'm very, very happy with it. So, I'm going to continue to work on this. I'm one of those people that I can't go a day without stitching. Like, I at least need to put 5 or 10 stitches into something, at least at the end of every day. if nothing else. So this will be the only thing I will take to Nashville with me because I will probably just be dead. So, but I will be able to work on this and it will be fun. So it's been really fun. So thank you so much, Abby, and I'm so much enjoying that piece.
Super. I have been working on an old whip that the wheel gave me to work on.
We need to talk about your wheels.
Well, I have 3 wheels in the app on my phone, and the app on my phone is called Decision Roulette, and it's a free app, and I have 3 wheels. So one wheel is my 2018 Stitch Mania Starts, and of course that started with 18.
Yeah.
And it's now down to 14.
Yeah,
I think I finished 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have another wheel that is Sooner Rather Than Later, which can be which is all new starts.
Right.
Never, they're kitted up, but they've never been started. All sizes, all kinds of characteristics.
Yeah.
Kits, everything.
Right. It's awesome.
And then a third wheel that is called just whips. And
all your whips that are not manias.
All my whips that are not mania.
Right.
Okay?
So like every time that you put...
Because I had some before we did mania for the first time.
Well, yeah.
In 2018.
And then anything that is... Like, when on the weeks that you spin the Sooner Rather Than Later wheel, obviously that new start then becomes a whip. So it gets moved.
Right, so they graduate
and then,
from one wheel to another.
And how often do you spin your wheel, Pam?
Once a week.
There you go.
Okay, so that's the background on wheels.
And she moves in a clockwise direction with the wheels. So she spun the Sooner Rather Than Later wheel last week, or 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
And then last week you spun the whip wheel.
Yes.
And so this upcoming week you will spin the mania wheel.
Correct.
And then she's
on the screen on the phone is what she's talking about.
Yeah. Sorry.
So this is an old whip. It really is. I mean, I've been working on this since before Stephanie started stitching and before FlossTube for us. It's from where did I see it? 1998. 1997.
It was a good year. I was 10.
And this is a cross stitch design based on the artwork of Charlie Harper, who is a local artist, now deceased, from Cincinnati. His art is all over the city of Cincinnati, including in the federal office building across from the courthouse where I worked for 30 years. It's all in mosaic tiles. All his animals. It's absolutely lovely. You have to go through security to see it now, but
hey, it's worth the security.
Yeah, and
because his artwork is fabulous.
Yeah. So this is called the Christmas Caper, and I just love it.
I love it so much.
But it takes a while because, number one, as you can see, it's on black. I'm stitching it on 25 count black Lugana.
Over 2.
3 over 2. So 3 strands. And I really hadn't made much great progress this week.
Yes, you have.
Got to make sure I got it upright. There's a lot of back stitching in this, so if you're thinking it looks weird because of that, I typically don't do back stitching as I go along. I usually do it at the end. So this is where I am with these guys. Obviously, this is a chimney. And I have 3 of the 4 raccoons in. If you see the little Christmas tree cookie at the top, there's going to be another raccoon that has that one in his mouth.
Yes.
So this has been really fun.
So cute.
It obviously, using 3 strands, it just eats DMC. Yep. I ran out this morning of the color for the bricks, and
is that why you didn't get that?
I still have a little pointy section down bottom there
Right here.
for the peak of the roof, and there is roof below. And then, like I said, the fourth raccoon goes up above.
Do you know how many skeins of this color you used in this butt?
I don't remember running out of that.
Oh, interesting.
Strange as that may seem. Now, I may have had an old...
Like two older skeins in your...
I may have had more than one skein or 1.5 skeins of that color, and I just threw it in the...
Right.
When I kitted it up.
Right. It's so cool.
And... so, anyway, that's The Christmas Caper by Charlie Harper from Cincinnati. And
so
it's gonna be really cute when it's done.
Yes.
But it was time, and I cannot say this enough. I've said it more than once, and I'll say it again.
Yes.
A week is about right for me. And you have to do what works for you. And a week is about it. Last night we were watching television, and I was ready to put it away last night. But I got up this morning and just ran out the brick color until I was done with it. And actually, I need to go get some more when I get to Joanne's next. So that's...
fantastic.
That's what I've been working on all week.
Congratulations, Pam.
To the exclusion of everything else.
Right. Good point.
Pretty much. But, #retired.
Okay. Are we ready for this?
That brings us to...
Beep, beep, beep. I had a finish. Not very exciting. I mean, it was exciting. But, if you all remember that I am stitching the Year of Celebrations from Cathy Habermann at Hands On Design. And I'm stitching the models of each of them individually for Keepsakes. And so I had started the March one last week, and I finished the March one. And it is at the shop. It's actually already FFO'd and already on display. But I took a picture of it finished at home, and then I posted it on the social media. And I will insert a picture of that finish here. But what I really wanted to share, other than the finish, was that... Now, it's going to be hard to tell. But, so, this is the March one. And all along the shamrocks right there, she calls for Lazy Daisy stitches. Now, unless I am totally bonkers and blind, I looked through all of the paperwork that came with this charts, and there was no diagram for how to do Lazy Daisies. And I'd never done them before. So, Pam was originally going to help me, but I think it was Monday night, and all that was left was to do the Lazy Daisies, and I was like, well, and it was really late, and Pam was tired, and she was like, I really don't want to help you right now. And I'm like, whatever, Pam. So I went online, and I just searched Lazy Daisy diagram cross stitch or something like that. And I found this amazing diagram, and I'm going to link it in the description box below. So if you are stitching this and you're having trouble with Lazy Daisies, they are so easy and they are so fun, and don't be intimidated by specialty stitches, because if you can find a diagram out there that explains it well, and like I had, so it is from a place called Holiday Crafts and Creations and Lazy Daisy Stitch, and you can see like the pictures are easy and the words make sense that go with the pictures. And so before I had it stapled, I had just obviously the 2 pieces of paper that I printed off. There's 5 steps, and I had them sitting next to me like this, 2 pieces of paper, and I just, for each one of them, and I followed it until like maybe the 5th one, because I think there's like 8. So for the first half of them, I followed the diagram like to a T.
And then you got it.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh, I got this.
Right.
So,
Lazy Daisy for the win.
Totally.
All right.
So, if you're out there and need help with Lazy Daisy stitches, because what I've seen is a lot of people that have finished the march on social media and things, and they put buttons in place of that or whatever, and they're cute. Don't get me wrong, super freaking cute. But I don't want people to be afraid or intimidated by the Lazy Daisy.
I wonder if they just
didn't think they could do it.
Didn't think they could do a Lazy Daisy.
You can do it.
So there's your pep talk for Lazy Daisy.
Correct. Happy finishes, everyone.
All right.
Fantastical. Okay.
We want to talk about our promotional deals.
Yes.
And we need to start with Color and Cotton.
Yes.
And we love Color and Cotton.
Yes.
And we want everybody to love it as well.
Yes. So you can still sign up for the monthly Color and Cotton Club. Fiber of the Month, Thread of the Month Club. Through Crazy Annie. The description box has the link to sign up for that below. And so please do not hesitate. As far as I know, there are still some February bundles left. So if you go back to not last week's video, but maybe our first video from February, then you can see me show off all of those colors. 84, I think, is the episode where we show up the February colors, so you can see what you're getting yourself into. They're awesome and beautiful to work with, so I highly recommend.
Right.
And then the second promotion, last is the SewMuch2Luv Project Bag of the Month Club, which is still open. There will be a link to join that club in the description box below. Last week, episode 85, we showed off the February bag of the month, which is what I'm keeping my Blackbird summer thing in. I was like, I can't find a project quick enough. I need to build this bag. And
it's gorgeous.
And it's awesome. And so, yeah, so sign up for that club. March is going to be adorable. I just can't even wait. I'm so glad that February is a short month so I can get a new bag sooner.
Yeah. I don't know how she does it. Karen,
they're perfect.
Props to you.
Literally perfect.
We also want to talk about our friends over in the Netherlands.
Yes, we do.
Nersen and Nerden, the twin sisters of Twin Peak Primitives.
Yes.
And we want to show you what the promotional... what the weekly promotional design is from their vast selection of beautiful designs.
Yes.
It's called
Message to Stitchers.
Message to Stitchers. So it has a cross-stitch theme, and we're going to insert a picture here.
Cool.
Yeah, Message to Stitchers.
So those of you that don't necessarily, if this is the first time that you've found us, just so you know, this is how the promotions with Twin Peak Primitives works. So we pick a chart every week, and we tell the twins, hey, we like this one, and then they make it 15% off for the next week for all of our viewers. All you have to do is mention it when you make your purchase that you heard about the pattern and Twin Peak Primitives through us to get the 15% discount, and that is via their Etsy store or their online website. Everything is linked below. If you would rather, instead of having a PDF download, which is what you would get from their Etsy shop or website, if you prefer a hard copy, which is totally fine, you can do so by getting one from Beach Cottage Stitchers, which is an online needlework shop. Their website and all the things is linked below as well. Again, you got to do the same thing. Mention that you heard about it through us, and they'll give you the 15% off. It'll be dandy.
Right.
Okay.
If you happen to get it from another source, you want to make sure that you take a picture.
That's not the week. Yep.
Forget it. I'm jumping ahead.
Yep.
I'm jumping ahead.
So let's just talking. So that's the weekly pattern of the week.
Right. That's the weekly pattern of the week. End of topic of pattern of the week.
Well, I was going to tell them that it's on discount from Sunday to Sunday.
Oh, right. Right.
Yes.
So that's the end of that.
Okay.
What I got all confused about in my head.
Right.
Not in reality.
Was tracking the seasons.
Was the Dutch Mania special, big promotion from us and Twin Peak Primitives.
Yes.
primarily from Twin Peak Primitives.
Yes, and so what it is it is a series of 4 charts, all come in one package all together. So if you go and you purchase it either from their Etsy shop, their online website, or Beach Cottage Stitchers, you get entered into a chance to win a round-trip 7-day trip to the Netherlands.
Oh my goodness.
And not only is it a trip to the Netherlands, but it's a trip with us to the Netherlands.
With us. So let's show the 4 designs.
Yes.
Right here. So as you can see, gorgeous, gorgeous.
Yes.
4 seasons.
And there's no discount on that.
Right.
But if you win, then you get a trip to Europe. So
you get a free pattern. So
whatever.
Throw $20 at it and take a chance.
Correct.
Right.
And then all the things apply if you purchase your Tracking the Seasons chart from the Twin Peak Etsy shop, the Twin Peak website, or Beach Cottage Stitchers. No worries, your name is already entered.
Right.
So you're good to go.
Just buy it.
However, if you choose to purchase your Tracking the Seasons from your local needlework shop, that's fine too. However, you need to take a picture of the pattern that you bought. Not of the pattern, of the picture on the pattern.
Right.
And you need to post it to either Instagram or the Twin Peak Primitives business Facebook page using the hashtag DutchMania, and Mania is spelled with a Y. All that information is in the description box below.
And that way they know you bought it.
Correct. And they can add your name to the list.
And they will add you to the millions and millions of people who've bought it and want
millions and millions of
that want to go to the Netherlands with us. I mean,
yay.
Is there any doubt?
Right. So we will be at the end of September, beginning of October, we will get the list of names of people who have entered to win, and we will do a live drawing for that, and it'll be amazing.
Oh my God.
And it is just like I said last week, it is the 2nd through the 9th of December, 2019, and I know that it seems like there's a bunch of people, according to Pam, there's a million people or millions of people who want to go to the Netherlands with us. So it seems like you have some chance of winning. However, someone's got to win. It might as well be you. So don't be the winner caught without your passport.
There you go.
So get your passport, people.
Wouldn't that be a heartbreaker?
Wouldn't that be?
I want a trip to the Netherlands and I don't have a current passport. 5 years, people. Check it.
Right.
All right. That means it's time for put your
due down.
Put your due down.
Mail call.
What did we get in the mail this week, Stephanie?
Oh man. Was this week Valentine's Day?
No.
Nope. It was okay. Well, that's okay. We got a couple of Valentine's
Love makes the world go round. So
love makes everything better. That's what Barbara would say. We got a card from, I want to say, is Lynn, right?
Yeah.
And this really pretty card, and actually is a thank you card she was the winner of the Bent Creek.
Yeah.
What is it?
That one we just showed.
What does it say? Be mine.
Be mine.
I thought it was trying to say be kind. I was like, that's all right. And so it was a very nice thank you note. You didn't have to send it, but I'm awfully glad you did. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
And then this is from Susan in Indiana. Hi, I'm the Valentine hamster. And then it says, don't laugh. This is the way the Easter Bunny got started. Which is a very good point.
Probably true.
Very good point. Thank you, Susan. And then I got this lovely, amazing card from a local stitchy friend. If you are on Instagram, then you probably know her as Tony Stitches in Kentucky. Or Stitches
in KY.
In KY.
Right.
And she sent me this card with a very sweet note, and she goes, "Why is it that you always find the perfect card when you don't need it?" So it was this really amazing Wizard of Oz card, and then watch this happen. Isn't that amazing?
Cute.
It's 3D.
Awful cute.
That's super cool.
Super thoughtful.
And then it says, "Wishing you a wonderful," and it's supposed to be a birthday, but she whited it out and put every, which I think is awesome. So thank you so much.
Thanks, Tony. That was
Tony.
sweet.
I know I thanked you on Instagram already, but thank you so much in your life too. And then we got from Susan.
A different Susan.
A different Susan.
Susan number 2.
Susan 2. We got some Valentines. And the Madeline Valentines, which are cute. And she sent me a awesome Whitman's Snoopy chocolate bar. And this really cool Lucky Cat or Money Cat luggage tag.
You can put that on your suitcase when you go to market.
Yes, I can. And it says, "I was told that this luggage tag gives good fortune to the traveler. Safe travels always." So, and then I will also put it on my luggage when I go to the Netherlands. And I had somebody tell me once, and I don't know if it's true. Obviously, Mo, my cat, is not white. But someone tried to tell me once that Mo was a money cat. And so I just believed them. I don't know why, but thank you, Susan. I love this. What did you get from Susan, Pam?
Well, I got a bunch of good stuff. I got my Madeline Valentine. Love Madeline.
Pam goes, "You know this is Madeline, right?" And I was like, "Come on, Pam, you of course I do."
I also got a Snoopy chocolate bar. And then I got something really cool. My head was down because I was looking at this. This is a cookbook, or actually it's called a housekeeping book, and it was published in 1982, but that is just the reproduction of this manual of how to keep house, obviously.
Right.
And it's historical. Cool. So anyway, this is called Nelly Custis Lewis's Housekeeping book. Okay? It's a hardcover. Slim, but a hardcover. And Nelly Custis Lewis was George Washington's adopted daughter. So it really is a hoot. Did
you know he had an adopted daughter? Because I didn't.
I'm not sure of the exact genealogy on all of that. Custis was on Mrs. Washington's side of the family.
Oh.
I believe.
Okay.
So it may have been a situation where the father of our country officially became her father in some manner.
Gotcha.
I know it's all explained here, but I may have that totally wrong. I don't know. There's also a connection, of course, to Robert E. Lee on the Custis end. So I'm not sure. I should be. There are ties to the Harrison family, one of Ohio's 6 presidents.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, it's just, if you've ever collected or looked at, maybe when you're thrifting or antiquing old cookbooks, they're written in paragraphs, the recipes. You couldn't regulate the temperature of your oven. And
that's a good point.
It's just in paragraphs, and I mean Brandy Peaches. It's written in a paragraph form.
Right. Coconut pudding in 3 sentences.
So it's fascinating. As she said, I really am gonna really study this. I really am. I'm not kidding. There are even and this is funny because when we were going through your grandmother's recipes, not only did we find oodles of wonderful recipes.
You're going to tell them, aren't you?
I'm going to say it in general terms.
Okay.
There were medicinal recipes for homemade concoctions for
digestive issues,
common ailments. I'm not going to get any more specific than that. But when we were going through my mother's weathered, yellowed, scribbled on recipe cards, my sister Laura and I mostly, and we came across this, we just howled. Yeah. But as an example, here's a recipe right here for the toothache. All right. So common things. What's it say? Burnt alum, burnt alum, black pepper, and ginger equal parts. Just equal parts. They don't tell you how much, but they just
like a pound of each.
The same amount of ginger, also pepper. Black pepper. Ground together, add spirits of camphor, dip a piece of lint in the mixture, and fill the hollow tooth by means of a burnt needle.
Blunt needle.
Oh, blunt needle. It has cured more than 1,000 times.
That sounds terrifying.
Doesn't it, though?
I'll just take an Advil, thank you.
Doesn't it, though?
Oh, God.
There's even
oh, my God, there's more.
Yeah.
No,
there's something for oh my goodness, somebody's recipe for cholera. This is from the 1830s. This is pre-Civil War stuff, people. So anyway, it's very interesting, and thank you, Susan.
Yes, thank you
for thinking of me and knowing that I like historical stuff.
Yes.
I will peruse that for sure.
Yes, she will. I'll make sure of it.
What else came in the mail?
All right, well, we got a package from Mendy. And Mendy sent this cute kitten card, which I adore. And she sent me a couple things. And this was the first pattern she sent, and I've got to get the... So it is called Bippity Boppity and Boo. And I do believe that they're supposed to be cats, right?
Yes, of course.
Okay. And they're cute, and it comes with the charms, and I love
this. Nice.
Bippity Boppity and Boo. And then she also sent me this really, really beautiful... Heartstring Samplery pattern that I have never seen. Hibernation Day. And I'll read it to you before I show you, so please. I love the snap of winter air and snowflakes on my face, how snowdrifts make the world disappear without a trace. I'll take a day dressed in pajamas in a room without a view, if I can spend the day curled up next to you. Let's have a hibernation day, me and you. Look how pretty that is.
That's really pretty.
I love it so much.
You should stitch that, Stephanie.
Thanks, Pam. I think I will.
I'm looking at this here that she sent me, and I'm thinking, oh, I really want to stitch it.
Well, why don't you show the people, Pam?
I will. It's a blue ribbon, and you know I love Belinda and her beautiful designs. Poinsettias and pines. And I love this. It reads, the smell of pine, the crackling fire, all the snow one could desire. Hot cocoa with marshmallows, cookies in the kitchen, treasure the gifts that winter has given, and then wrought by in her initials. From 2007. That. I love it. I also think I might already have it. If I already have it, then the duplicate will be a future giveaway. But I do love it, and I am thrilled that you thought of me to send it to me.
Thank you so much, Mendy.
So, Mendy, you're a doll. Thank you so much.
You are so kind. The next thing I wanted to share with you is from Carol, who is a viewer in the UK. And she sent me a Facebook message or something the other day. And she had some digital charts that she wanted from a magazine that she wanted to share with me from Stitchy Kitty. And Stitchy Kitty is no longer making charts. And I said, yes, please. And one of them is a freebie, and so it's just a chart. But this one is not. And this is from a Cross-Stitcher magazine issue. And it's called Love, L-U-V, My Cat.
Is that from Stitchy Kitty as well?
Yep.
Wow. Stitchy Kitty used to be up in Maine.
Yeah, I know. In Scarborough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So super cute.
Yes.
But they are out of business, unfortunately. And so, it's actually charted in 6-strand suites.
Ooh.
That's funny. Those are old.
I have some 6-strand suites.
So thank you so much, Carol. I so much appreciate that.
Yeah, that's neat.
And then people get pumped, okay? Because from Jan, not like our finisher Jan,
no,
but a
lady named Jan who watches
viewer
us sent me an email and wanted to know if we might be interested in some things that she wanted to destash, and I said sure, because not only for us but as potential giveaway.
True.
So
giveaway
we
for
got
all of you.
A nice selection, Jan. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. So we will show some highlights. How about that?
Yeah.
So this is the entire 6 Fat Men set, which, as you know, I have stitched and finished with the charms. So that will be a really good giveaway. When we get back from market and before StitchCon, we will put together a really good
because we're about to hit a milestone of subscribers.
We sure are.
Not that that's important for us, but it is a milestone.
And then it's a jingle out there, which I so love. Mm-hmm. And then 4 different Lizzie Kate Santa patterns.
Yeah, two or three of those I know I already have. So again,
stitched.
Again, it will go in the big giveaway.
And then this, which I am freaking in love with, and I don't have it, and it is Lizzie Kate's Tiny Tidings 12. Mm-hmm. And I love this guy, Snow Zone, and the cookies milk. What the heck? Cookies and milk for Santa.
And I like the Caroler girl up here.
Yeah. So that's cute. We don't have that, so that's pretty awesome. And this one from Plum Street, which will be a future giveaway because Pam does have that in her stash. But this is Cape Cod Keeps.
Yep.
So cute. And she sent a lot of them in like plastic page protectors, which was really, really nice. This one from the Prairie Schooler, book number 148, When Witches Go Riding. Mm-hmm. Love that. I don't think we have that either.
I don't think we do either.
So, winning. You guys are going to die.
Look, there it is. Christmas Village.
So this will definitely be a future giveaway. This really cool stocking from Stony
Somebody's
Creek.
stitching that on
the
Facebook or Instagram. I've seen it.
Pam has seen it.
I have seen it.
And then this amazingly awesome, praiseworthy stitches jingle all the way.
Yeah, I love it. Love it, love it.
Which is freaking beautiful.
Yeah.
And we do not have this one.
Nope.
It's stitched on alchemy.
That's one of the... I'm going to put a praiseworthy in one of my open slots for Mania.
Do it, Pam. This says, dust off your sledge and sharpen your skate blades. It's time for the annual Moonlight Sledding Party.
Yeah.
The first big snow has arrived and the full moon is rising. All the children either are busy heading for the biggest hill in town to sled or the pond to skate. Even the dog is in the fun. That's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Love praiseworthy. I've never done one.
It's about time.
I'm going to put one in my open slot for Mania 2019.
Fantastic. So thank you so much, Jan. It is our pleasure to help you pass the stash, which is what we will do.
See that light's getting weird now.
It's getting weird.
It's getting weird.
It's getting weird in here.
Coming up on 6. All right. Okay. Wonderful mail call.
Yes.
Not a whole lot of haul.
I don't have
hardly any at all.
I have nothing.
But we have a wonderful viewer up in Ottawa, Canada, named Marissa, and she watches us faithfully. We've talked to her on the telephone, and both she and her mom stitch. And she called Keepsakes during the Super Bowl sale, and I talked to her then, and it was kind of crazy at the shop, but she wanted to take advantage of the sale, which was perfectly fine. And I went up and pulled some threads for some charts that she already had. Then she also wanted some charts special ordered, which Stephanie took care of.
Yes.
And then she said, for your trouble, throw something in for yourself. So love Melissa and her mom. Marissa and her mom. And I was able to pick up my antique white 32 count Lugana for cardinal points.
Yes.
So we've got our threads, we've got our chart, we've got our fabric. Thank you, Marissa. And we're ready to go with that.
And that is in the sooner rather than later wheel.
Right.
So as soon as she lands on it, it's happening.
It's happening as soon as I land on it.
Right.
Or if I get itchy fingers. And we've so enjoyed together watching the story of Queen Victoria. The story of Queen Victoria. The story of Queen Victoria on Masterpiece. On PBS.
It's on here in about 2 hours, 3 hours.
And
every night.
Actually, I had seen Theresa show this when she first designed it and first put it out. And
it's awesome.
You know, I'm a history buff, and things appeal to me that don't appeal to everybody.
Right.
And I told, this was Market last year, I think. I sent Barbara to Market and said, would you get me God Save the Queen, which is Theresa's rendition of the life of Queen Victoria and Prince Albert. And she kind of looked at me like, nobody else wants that. And I went, I know, but I do. And then the series started last year. And then Stephanie caught up on the series with me, season 1. And of course, now we're in season 2. And
we're in season 3.
And we're in season 3 already?
I think so.
Anyway, this is Theresa's Shakespeare's Peddler, God Save the Queen. And Theresa went through, if you go back on one of KittenStitcher's stitchy tubes quite a while ago, maybe a year or so ago, and she described all the motifs she put in this chart. And some of them we now recognize from watching the show. At one point, she, I think, the Queen I'm talking about now, not Theresa,
right,
had a mold made of Albert's hand, I think. Some of these I'm going to have to re-research. Of course,
she might have it in the chart.
She might. I'm not going to open it up now because she's got it nicely sealed. But, yeah. It's done on 40 count. The smallest I go at this point is 36. But all the motifs are explained thoroughly, probably in here.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to spend time even describing it. Of course, you know that Queen Victoria established many, many, many wedding day traditions that are still current today, including wedding cake and wedding gowns,
white dress, all right,
and all of that. So, as part of Marissa's wonderful purchases at Keepsakes, I was able to pick up a couple of things, and that's the extent of haul for this week.
That's it.
Cool.
So let's give something away.
Right. Let's do it, because
how about it?
I'm looking at the notes and we've covered a lot of that already.
We have.
So let's give something away.
So last week we gave away the winter seasonal celebrations from Country Cottage Needleworks, and we will insert the video of me giving that away to some lucky winner here. Everyone, welcome to this week's giveaway. If you recall from last week, we were giving away the Country Cottage Needleworks winter, which I stitched and finished, and just as I anticipated, it was quite a popular one, people. 199 of you wanted this chart. So let's just go see who wins. Ready? 44. All right. Number 44. Cynthia Little. Congratulations, Cynthia. All you got to do is email Pam at her email address listed in the description box below, and we will get this winter out to you. Hopefully before we both leave for Tennessee. If not, if we don't hear from you until later in the week, then we'll send it to you as soon as we get back. All right, so congratulations and thank you all for your entries, and I will send you back to regularly scheduled programming now. Bye. So lucky you, Cynthia Little. So
okay,
congratulations. Yeah. I kind of mentioned this a little bit in the giveaway video, but Pam's leaving on Thursday. I'm leaving on Friday. I'm gonna be heading in the sand, working for probably the next 3 days. Next 6 days, more or less. And so Cynthia, if you could please give us your mailing address.
We'll try to mail it before we leave town, but if we don't hear from you before we leave, we hope we hear from you early next week.
Right.
Maybe you're behind on videos or whatever. But as soon as we hear from you, we'll mail it out. And if we don't hear from you in a reasonable amount of time, we'll hunt you down.
Yes, we will.
We'll hunt you down.
And so, like we mentioned last week, we're actually not giving anything away this week.
Right.
Because next week is just going to be too crazy. We were going to talk about this in plans, but talking about craziness for next week. Pam and I are traveling separately. So I'm traveling down with Barbara, and Pam is going down with our friend Sharon.
Right.
And they're going to Franklin, and we're going to Nashville. So, I don't know, when are you and Sharon planning on coming back home?
Oh, sometime Sunday. Yeah. It's only 4.5, 5 hours.
Right.
For me, it's not a big, and I'm going to be driving.
Oh, yeah.
For me, it's not a big trip.
Right.
But we're going down a day early because we want to go over to Carlton in Franklin and go to the museum and go to some of the plantation houses. And
so fun,
Sharon wants to see if we can find the American Picker store in Nashville. So we're going down a day early to do fun stuff,
right?
Non-stitching stuff,
right?
And then go over to the retreat, which is Katrina's in Franklin at the hotel. So,
and then we are coming back either. We don't know what time on Sunday yet. We haven't fully decided that quite yet. So there is a chance that I'm going to come back and be like, I just want to sleep.
Yeah.
But there is another chance where I might come back and be like, I'm so jazzed, let's make a video.
Right. So we don't know. I mean, we're just not going to promise a video next Sunday night.
Right.
Or / Monday morning.
Right.
A lot depends on our energy level when we get back.
Because Monday morning we open the shop.
Yeah, she's going to be at the shop on Monday.
People will be coming to get their orders and all the things, and so it'll be nutballs. So
right, we want to shout out some people that we've watched this past week before we get too far ahead.
Okay.
Or before we close out, really.
Yep.
We've watched Lisha. Lisha's channel is Southern Ladybug.
Yeah.
And she's down in Mississippi. And she is very enthusiastic, and we loved her immediately. So,
and she's actually friends, or she does a lot of different crafty things.
Yes.
And like crocheting and stuff like that. And she makes these freaking cute little plush animal things.
Right.
And they are adorable.
Right.
And so like I'm just brutally honest, I'm not a big crocheting person because I don't crochet. But then when she showed the animals, I was like, I want all of them.
Yeah.
They're so cute.
Yeah. She did a show of that as well as her cross stitch. So go check out Lisha at Southern Ladybug. Mm-hmm. Also, we watched Leann at Small Town Stitches.
Yes.
So you want to go over and check her out.
And she is probably my age or in my age bracket. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And she's very enthusiastic and she's a really high energy. And I don't know, she just was kind of like a breath of fresh air. And so, check her out. She's like super up to speed on all the things, all the clubs, all the people, all the FlossTube. So, she's a really good one to watch to keep up with stuff.
Right. And the last one I want to shout out is Chris. Chris is a Canadian. She's up in Ontario, right?
Yep.
And her channel name is Chris.
Craftin.
Craft and Chris.
Right.
So it's a little tricky title. So
just click the link
below, and you'll go up to her channel. Very nice gal, and has some really nice projects.
And she's coming to StitchCon.
And she's coming to StitchCon. So we wanted to shout those out for your viewing pleasure.
In case you were out there looking for new floss tubers.
Yeah. Right.
Go check them girls out, okay?
Right. Thanks. So, obviously, very busy time for us coming up, stitching-wise. Otherwise, not so busy, but stitching-wise, it's heating up here in the next week or 10 days.
So pumped. I'm so pumped.
Yeah, Steph's really excited.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to seeing my friend Laura Ellis, who was at StitchCon last year.
And Galleria.
And Galleria, and Sharon and I love to travel together, and we've got
you guys are gonna have so much fun.
we're gonna have a ball.
I'm excited.
It'll be good to see Katrina again. We've had Katrina up in Ohio at our Tierra retreats, and we've seen her other places. She puts on a bang up retreat everywhere she goes. So we're both excited, and we'll see you when we get back with all kinds of new stuff.
I know.
This is like Christmas in cross-stitch land.
Oh my god, I'm so pumped.
So we're really excited.
And I don't know how many designers watch our FlossTube videos, but if you are a designer and you are releasing new stuff at market, y'all are doing a bang-up job.
Yeah.
Like, people are going freaking banana pants for the new releases at market.
Yeah.
And granted, this is only my second year stitching, so I don't know what it has been like in years past, but it just seems like every time a designer puts new stuff out on the internet as a sneak peek or whatever, I'm like, oh my god, I need all 7 of their new releases.
Right.
Because they're all so freaking cute.
Right.
So, good job, everyone.
Anyway, I'll be on Instagram. Hopefully, taking some video, taking some pics, pictures of Sharon and I with some of our friends that are old and new. So, watch for
I gotta keep up on you somehow.
watch for my Instagram. And, also, I spun the wheel this morning.
Oh, yeah.
And it was back to Mania again, and so watch for my Instagram account to see what I'm going to be working on primarily this week. I think I might have a finish, especially since I'm going to be at a retreat. And
I think so too. I believe in you, Pam.
I don't think I'm going to take just that to stitch on. I think
not.
I'm going to take 2 or 3 projects.
Probably.
All right, so that's going to do it. We're going to wrap it up.
Okay.
Hope you have a great week. We'll see you after Nashville Needlework Market. Isn't that exciting?
I'm so excited.
All right.
Okay.
In the meantime, I'm Pam.
And I'm Stephanie.
And this is Just Keep Stitching.